It's recording.
Sleeping is a necessity that we take for granted. How many of you here know if you've gotten 8 hours of sleep at all this week? A couple of you. That's actually pretty consistent with what the National Sleep Foundation says, that 63% of people don't get enough sleep. I'm here to talk to you today about, or to persuade you that we should all be getting better rest. I'm credible to talk about this subject because of hours of research, and yes, even I've lost sleep over it. I will be speaking to you about why we don't get enough sleep, the benefits of getting a good night's rest, and some of the health risks if you don't. I know as students that we don't get enough sleep. According to the National I know that as students we don't get enough sleep, whether it's staying up late, working on a project, or studying, cramming for a test that we have the next day. Right now I'm kind of working off of about 2 hours sleep because I had a Spanish final. 31% of us are reported by the National Sleep Foundation as getting less than 7 hours of sleep. Now, it's not absolutely necessary that we get exactly 8 hours of sleep, but to figure out if you're well rested or not is to count for how long it takes you to fall asleep. If it takes you shorter than 5 minutes to fall asleep, that means you're not well rested enough. It should take you somewhere from 15 to 20 minutes to fall asleep, according to the National Sleep Foundation. And also, a study done by the National Sleep Foundation finds that when placed under 24-hour sunlight, like as in Arctic Circle, when there's sunlight 24 hours, the human body tends to automatically sleep for up to 8 hours. So that's where they get that figure from, just in case you're wondering. Many factors lead to restlessness, but the main point is Americans work a lot. Next time someone tells you that Americans are lazy, just throw these statistics at them. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, reports that on average, an average employed American works somewhere between 8.7 hours. Now that's adults. Students are reported to be working around 3 to 4 hours a day, and then combined with educational activities, we're said to spend 3 hours with that as well. And so a combined of 7 hours. Though they say that going to school is like having a job, or your parents probably told you that your job is school. That adds up to somewhere around 7 hours of work for students as well. So that cuts in sleep. So the National Sleep Foundation has put together a few points of how to make going to sleep more regular and easier thing to do. One is maintain a regular bedtime even on the weekend. So even if you're going out partying, try to sleep it, or try to go to bed a little bit early, or just work your time around getting at least 8 hours. When you go out and you party for until 2 a.m., make sure that you sleep ample amount of time. Establish a relaxing routine. So either listen to music, take hot baths, something to relax your muscles and your mind, so that you can get ready to go to sleep. Create a create a friendly sleeping environment, something that's dark and quiet and comfortable. Sleep on a comfortable mattress and pillow, and use your bedroom for only sleep and sex. Because if you have other activities that you're doing in your bedroom, like watching TV, playing video games, your environment of where you sleep becomes much more lively, and as a result makes it harder for you to fall asleep when you know that there's other things that you could be doing in your room. Exercise regularly, and that contributes to you expending your physical energy so that you're more tired, or that you're more likely to fall asleep. Finish eating at least 2 hours prior, so don't have any late night snacks before you go to bed. Avoid caffeine, avoid nicotine, so avoid coffee, soda, anything like that. Avoid nicotine, with that in tobacco and cigarettes. And lastly, avoid alcohol. So probably why you pass out after you drink too much at a party or something, so just avoid alcohol. If you can adjust and commit using these methods or methods of your own, you can dramatically increase your health. According to the New York Times article in the health section, they reported that according to Ava Van Carter, a professor of medicine at the University of Chicago, healthy young adults who are deprived of sleep develop insulin resistance, a trait linked to type 2 diabetes. The effects were comparable of gaining 20 to 30 pounds after not sleeping for that period of time. Also, it costs money. Once again, according to the National Sleep Foundation, reports of sleep deprivation and sleep disorders estimate to cost Americans annually about $100 billion in lost productivity, medical expenses, sick leave, and property damage. Conversely, the National Sleep Federation or Foundation reports that when you are more well rested, whatever that may be, if it's 6 hours, 7 hours, it's generally between around 7.5 hours as the average. But that you're more alert, you're up to 15% more alert and reactive to your surroundings, so that's better for you and those around you. You're also more likely to have a better sex life, be less stressed, and ultimately live longer. Even schools today are recognizing the importance of sleep because of teenagers' different biological time clock. A study taken by Brown University and Professor Mary Carson confirms young adults are on a different bio clock. Some schools, like in Minnesota or in Eden, Minnesota, changed their start time to 8:30 and reported students were more alert and did better in school. Overall, loss of sleep can prove detrimental. I've spoken to you today about the benefits of good night's rest, the risks of not being well rested, and that what one can do to improve and get a more rejuvenating night's rest. I hope this presentation better informs you and your awareness of your importance of sleep, and that you can improve in this area of your life. This area, and in doing so, I hope I have not put you to sleep.
Sam, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I didn't know about the 15 to 20 minutes thing. That's how a healthy or rested person sleeps. Because I just remember when I was little, it'd be like you try to stay up and then you'd end up falling asleep. And if you tried to go to bed early, you would end up staying up for forever. I didn't ever time it. I thought you read from your cards a bit too much. And the thing that I would like to hear is about people that can't sleep, insomniacs. I think that'd be pretty neat. But I liked it. I thought your speech was pretty interesting. Good one.
All right. Well, I think the topic is pretty effective. You've got research in the presentation. Your organization, you set it up in one way, you review it in another way, but in the content of the speech, it's not organized that way. And it was a little screwy because, to me, you gave us a solution to the problem before you told us why it's a problem that we don't have enough rest. And then, kind of right at the end, you spend about 2 minutes going through some of those problems. And I thought, that's stuff that should have been at the first part of the speech. Give us a motivation to care about this issue. The notion that it's, contributes to type 2 diabetes. You're not getting enough sleep. That's like putting on 20 pounds. You look at people and go, would you like to have an extra 20 pounds that you're carrying around and feel like that? If you think losing weight is too hard, well, the way you could feel better about yourself is by getting enough sleep. We're talking about productivity or difficulties that people have at school, any of those things. That all establishes the need. You've kind of got the motivated sequence a little bit backwards. You've got your satisfaction step before the need step, and I think that's confusing. I have to agree on the presentation things. You're talking about this, you're doing the reading, You need some variety in your voice. I know you're operating on only 2 hours sleep, so that contributes to the problem. Maybe you should use yourself as an illustration. Look how much difficulty I'm having presenting this speech in a lively and intriguing way, because I am a little wiped out this morning, and then use it to your benefit instead. I did like the exit line that you had, and so that worked effectively. All right, thank you.